Hi, I'm Lauren Mishkin, LMHC with Integrative Counsel. I graduated from Springfield College, where I got my master's in mental health counseling, and I went and worked for an agency for 5 years. I did my internship there, was hired there, and I worked with primarily co-occurring substance use and mental health, and gained a lot of experience, worked with many individuals. I started as a sustainability management, environmental science major, and I went on my own healing journey. So becoming a therapist was it started off as partly wanting to give back, like what had been given to me, and part to understand the human mind, why we do the things we do and make the choices we make. So becoming a therapist was like learning how to further heal myself, which I feel like a lot of people go into this field, but it turned into like working with others, like offering the opportunity to accompany others on their healing journey, and with the mechanical things in place, like the boundaries and the counseling theories, and then blending with spirituality. What excites me the most is watching people have like epiphany moments, like realizing maybe that they have not been in their body for most of their lives, or seeing that like light bulb moment where just having a different person listen, hear like a situation in their life, like just a little, like that little something that is different from the way that maybe they had been seeing it, and seeing like something like that they were perceiving as a problem actually like becomes like manageable and is an opportunity for joy and growth, and just like experiencing those moments like with the people that I've served, like that is the most profound thing about this field. And also just like the ever evolving research, how much is going on in the field of trauma right now, and the correlation, the mind body spirit connection that the Western medical model really like didn't pay a lot of attention to before maybe the last couple decades, and seeing how mental health, like trauma, is so tied in with physical health, and where the field is going that way. I would say that my approach is a lot of like the Eric Gentry work with like the complex trauma treatment approach, which is a lot about learning how to self-regulate, and also like drawing from Gabor Mate compassionate inquiry, figuring out where things started, unresolved grief, like family of origin stuff, and starting with that, like understanding maybe like where some of that started, and healing some of that, so that in the present moment, like being able to use CBT, spiritual approaches, like Eastern spiritual approaches, somatic stuff, getting out of the head and into the body, REBT, because there's a lot of like irrational beliefs that may be picked up throughout one's lifespan that then create a narrative and inner dialogue that's not conducive to success or growth or happy relationships. So some REBT, narrative therapy, like motivational interviewing, with some existential, like creating meaning, like what is the meaning of life. My main expertise is in trauma, especially family of origin trauma, grief, whether it is like unresolved past grief or current grief, substance use disorders, and then just like the general like PTSD, ADHD, anxiety, depression stuff. I think what excites me the most about like therapy and even in life is like hearing people's stories, and like learning, traveling, which also fits into that. But in therapy, it's also like endless growing, like realizing where maybe there has been a ceiling that has been blocking forward movement, or just blocking like reaching of a goal or something, and being able to transcend that either through spiritual means, or through evidence-based means. And I love the way that those interplay. And then also how mind, body, spirit connection, it flows into everything, and how physical health is so highly correlated with mental health, trauma, nutrition, exercise. It's very, very tied together. Let's see, something that someone might not be able to guess about me or know about me. I love horses. I jumped horses. As a teenager, I started by mucking out people's stalls. I used to clean 50 plus stalls a day to afford to have a horse and show and jump and do all of that. And so that is something probably somebody wouldn't guess. I love music. Music is one of those things that has such power to heal, or also ignite different emotions, whether positive or negative, and invoke memories. And bucket list. During COVID, I spent an outrageous amount of time watching YouTube travel shows and sailing shows. My dad was quarantined with me, so he got me started on these YouTube sailing shows. So one of my goals, one of my bucket list items, was to go to Nepal, and I'm actually going to Nepal in September. I'm very excited. But the other bucket list goal is to sail the South Pacific, to the Marquesas Islands in Fiji and Vanuatu. And I really have no idea if I can ever make that happen, but it's a weird bucket list item.